Hello and good evening to the Phi Mu Alpha Overwatch League. Tonight we have a game versus G-Force and Knights of the Retable. My name is Shushifoof, and with casting with me we have the names Wolf,
Hey,
and running cams we have Fox McCumulus.
Hello.
So tonight we have G-Force versus Knights of the Retable, as I said. Names Wolf, what are you expecting from these teams?
you know what? I think I was expecting to see a little bit of that Hammond play, a little bit of that Wrecking Ball. Iron Brew, kind of notorious, well-known Wrecking Ball player in the leagues. Right now we're in a meta where you don't see a whole lot of Wrecking Ball. So I think we can know what we're going to see from G-Force. My concern is how Knights of the Retable will respond, right? Do they say, okay, we'll just match the comp and let's just try to win the 1v1? Or do they run what's more of like the standard meta and just try to win doing that? So that's my idea. Other than that, I mean, a lot of long-time league players in here. Guys like Fox M, gonna be really good on probably the Hanzo, maybe a little bit of the Genji to go with the Wrecking Ball. Of course, Chris Holmes is going to be playing that well-known Brigitte. Knights of the Retable, though, I'll be honest, I don't really know what to expect from them other than just see how they're going to respond.
So far this season, Knights of the Retable has really liked to run kind of a double main tank setup, especially on King of the Hill. Mr. Trifecta has been running a lot of Ryan, while Hefty has been running Winston. It's a very, very, very forward and aggressive composition, but it does have some exploitations. It leaves your backline a little open. You don't have as much peel. So, and with G-Force running, they will be running a ball. They'll be running probably, I would assume, a Genji. Let's see, is Busan?
Let's say, yeah. And if they recognize that there is an exposed backline, I would expect G-Force to switch on almost a full dive, even if they're not running that to start.
Yeah, if they roll out with this double main tank that they've been rolling out with throughout the season, I would want them to run a little slower because they're running very fast, which is good. Like the forward aggression, we know Hefty's very aggressive. Mr. Trifecta is very aggressive. But if they're too aggressive with this, very forward comp, they're going to leave their backline wide open for Iron Brew to just exploit. It's going to distract them. It's going to pull resources away from from the tanks that they need.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. See some punishment of the aggressiveness. That would be something to look for. Hey, we're getting into it, rolling into Busan. We're starting off on the dojo point, the shrine point. And this map, this point is not the best for the Wrecking Ball. Not a lot to, I mean, you can grapple off of the main point, gives them lots of slam opportunities, but other than that, like the backline, it's going to be fairly safe with these back walls. So I'm interested to see if they get much value out of that. Of course, right now, Iron Brew's starting off on the Reinhardt. Now, of course, we're still in spawn. Things can always change. But I'd be curious to see if he sticks with it.
Actually, I fully expect him to stick onto this Reinhardt. He ran Reinhardt last week and had a lot of success with it.
Freds are officially boomed. We have no idea what's going to happen.
Capture the objective.
Rolling out both teams with the Reaper, and then a range damage of some kind. Fox M on the Hanzo, Juice rocking the McCree. So, looking rolling straight to point, we have Knights of the Retable are taking the first, not control, but area of the point. Here we go. Alright. Hey, Juice is going to be the first one to fall if Fox M gets the pick.
Yeah, they need to deal with him on that off angle, or he's just going to pick them apart.
Yeah, absolutely. And this is going to be where the G-Force start to aggress onto the point. They're just going to force, and Nice doing the smart thing, backing out, just giving the point, not going to feed too much more ult charge, although Foxen does get great Pilgrim with the exit pick.
Yeah, that was really smart from G-Force. They played the slow game and waited for Foxen to get a pick. Once they have that pick, they have the advantage, and they just aggressed right off of that.
Yeah, and look at this. They're taking a very forward position. Iron Brew and Bonsley Toss.
Yeah,
Bonsley Toss pushing up, and it's not going to go super well for them, to be perfectly frank.
No. PMAOWL's in not a great position to heal them with that aggression.
Everyone died before I could even figure out how to say people's names. Not what you want to have happen. As pretty quickly, with only 29% capture point, Knights of REEE take over.
Now we're coming up with an Earth Shatter on both sides and a grab on both sides. So this is going to be a very messy ult fight unless... Let's see, and they both use their ult.
Ooh, double tank ult. I mean, it's going to win the fight. You're going to win the fight.
But GeForce used nothing.
Yeah, but what did it cost? Did you do it? Yes.
Yeah, so I thought, like, they do have the beat, so they can counter the grab, and they can counter shatter as long as Bang My Drums doesn't get shattered.
Yeah, Bang My Drums definitely wants to be playing a more passive position to be ready to save everyone who gets knocked down by a shatter or sucked into the grab. As the far right rotation coming out from GeForce, taking the wide angle. Shatter, nothing. But there's still a beat from Bang My Drums, so they want to push to get a value out of this beat. Grab comes out late. This grab's going to be very good.
Now this is a bit rough from GeForce. They use both their nano, both tank ultimates, and they baited out the support ultimates, I guess. High Noon, not really useful. But aside from that, the fight took too long. They lost the fight in too long of a time. So now they're practically into. They have one true fight left, and then everything else is going to be staggered. So they have to get it here.
Yeah, this is definitely a do or die situation with only
Fox is in a bad position.
He's their only good ult. He has the Dragon Strike, but is he going to be able to get any value? Hefty falls early. That's a good pick on the side of GeForce. As they push to the point, Chris Elmas is using that Coalescence. Desperation ult comes out from... Oh, sorry, that was Heroic's ultimate, so not really Desperation. However, I don't think it was really needed, as the fight was mostly won. And if you're GeForce, you need to be really thinking about your ult economy at this point, because you get up to this point once, you're lost. However, Iron Brew does have the Earth Shatter. Gonna be looking to get some value out of this. Once again, they're taking this forward position. Now, I suppose as long as their support stay alive, this isn't the worst thing in the world, but this is definitely risky. Heroic does get hefty though, and the big slam from Iron Brew, taking advantage of the lack of Reinhardt. Very well done. Bonsai toss not quite to the Graviton, but he's 30% away. Hopefully we'll be able to get that charged up by the next major engagement.
No, during the mid fight of next fight, also GeForce is going to have Grab Dragon.
Grab Dragon, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, so they need Knights of the REEE table has to engage fast and get this Shatter Death Blossom combo off.
Yeah, Knights of REEE are not gonna have anything to save them. Making My Drums not quite close enough to the sound barrier. And even then, that's not guaranteed. Shatter does it get two, but they're not gonna be able to follow it up. That's Hefty does die, and there's an anti onto the supports. Oh, but Rogue got to the back line, managed to pick up Fox and do quite a bit of damage, and he's getting. Leave it next to say the Nano Boost does go into Iron Brew. This is desperation time. Picks up Bang My Drums with the Fire Strike. Graviton comes in. If he can survive the High Noon, this is possibly winnable, but they're going to throw everything they've got at Iron Brew.
And the flip comes out.
I don't think nobody's going to be able to touch.
Dang.
Even the dragons couldn't touch.
To my will.
That was a hectic round.
Score.
We have a lot of weird ult usage. We have a lot of pairs that aren't being paired. I think that's just coming from timing. I don't think, like for example, Knights of the REEE table could have won that a lot faster if Zro was in a position to Death Blossom the Shatter. Does that make sense? So like, what Zro could have done is he could have TP'd up on top of the drum and hit, because like that's kind of a hard spot to see, right?
Yeah.
And then once Hefty hits that Shatter, he can just drop down and get, because he only got one with his Death Blossom, but he could have got like 3. So it's just knowing your combos.
Yeah, definitely could look to see a little bit more team play from both sides here. Not a lot of individual mistakes being made necessarily, but definitely not pure utilization of what we have at our hands. Looks like comps are not going to change at all, minus maybe a support or two. This Great Pilgrim falls very early to an arrow from Foxen. Both Moiras end up trading.
Chris Helms.
Yeah. Foxen's going to be a little bit scary on this point with the Hanzo with no one to contest him purely on the high ground. Juice is going to be struggling quite a bit to take that 1v1 as the range damage. However, as I say that, it looks like Knights of REEE are going to get the first cap.
Yeah, GeForce had no support. They needed to play the slow game, but they didn't play the slow game.
So let's see. Looking to take a little bit of a poor position. They find Chris Helms with a nice pick, and they're going to push off of this. They're going to try to use this aggression. Looks like they're going to back up as the spawns come back in, though. Very good call. Trying to play things aggressive, but also smart.
Foxman's gonna get caught.
Oh,
he gets Zro.
got the log onto Zro. Is this off angle is going to be hard to punish without... I mean, Juice can maybe shut him down, but he gets a nice couple shots. But otherwise... And in the process, he's lost his main tank. Iron Brew's going to push straight to point. Oh, fat anti-nade comes out from Twigs. They're going to absolutely push off this. G-Force should take this point quite easily here, as it's just Azaria left over.
Nah. You see how Juice went off that off angle, or that pseudo flank to try and get Fox M, but Fox M took out Zro, meaning that Knights of the Retable didn't have a single DPS player with them, so their forward pressure was just kind of gone.
No one to punish it. Now, this is what I was talking about earlier with Foxen taking the high ground on the Hanzo. He's just going to be hard to disrupt. Hopefully just jump off. But I think what they don't realize is Heroic is up there as well, and he has the Death Blossom. He's looking to drop on the back line. He's going to get nobody. Never mind, I got really excited. As at this point, Knights of REEE are just holding down on point. There was a nice shatter by Hefty, and they're going to go ahead and take the split.
Now that beat coming up from banging my drum actually saved that push for Knights of the Retable. He got it off just in time.
Very, very close window to get that off. Very impressive. Heroic switching off to the Doomfist, a hero he's known pretty well for. I mean, Juice has the flashbang. Otherwise, though, I think this could be a pretty devastating pick if he does get the right angles and is able to pressure the backline.
His target is the free. That is his target right now. Everyone else is kind of difficult.
Yeah, that's true. Although he does drop onto the Reaper, which is kind of a weird call because he's just going to use that shift ability to get out. Is now Heroic's kind of caught in the middle of the enemy team.
Without any cooldowns.
But he does get Grey Pilgrims.
He caused enough distraction.
Now this means that Knights of REEE are down the majority of their healing, but they do have point control. The anti-nade comes down to the Hefty and banging my drums. This is scary. Thankfully, not enough push to get the pick though, as capture percent is reaching 90 plus. GeForce has to go now. They've had an advantage for quite a bit, but they haven't been able to push. And the shatter from Hefty. At this point, it's desperation. Iron Brew onto the Wrecking Ball, gonna try to keep this point alive, try to keep the dream alive, but he doesn't have much to work with, and ultimately it's not gonna be enough. As first map does go to Knights of REEE 2-0. The Knights of Retable.
Yeah, good play coming up from them. They're playing a very forward, a very kind of clumped composition. And that's making it really, really difficult for Foxen to get picks because they're playing so close together. You basically kind of, at that point, have to rely on, like, almost luck, if that makes sense. Because if you hit a tank, you're just feeding ult charge to the supports. But yeah, and we saw that play of the game come out from Iron Brew, that big shatter. That was nice.
Yeah, more or less, this kind of has been like who gets to punish the tanks first. Or maybe catch a support that's a little bit too far up, a little bit too ambitious. Saw Grey Pilgrim gonna get picked first a couple times. That kind of stuff. Yeah, like it's mostly just looking for the entry pick, entry frag, and then pushing off of that, finding that aggressive angle.
I think, and that's kind of what GeForce is looking for, that entry pick. But if they don't get that entry pick, the tankier, faster composition coming out from it takes too long for them to get that. So, Knights of the Retable, good job with that.
Now, here's my question. GeForce just lost the first map. Do you think they're going to try to keep running this comp that they've run for first map? Or do you think we're going to see maybe more comfort picks coming out? Like Iron Brew?
It depends on the map. I think if we go to Volskaya, we see the Reinhardt. I think if we go
to
a map,
it is their choice.
It is their choice. So, if they go to a map like Hanamura, I would expect to see ball. I would expect to see a little bit of pseudo dive. But if we go to something like Volskaya, if we go...
Shishi? I'm not sure if I lost everyone. Everyone lost me.
I can hear you. Shishi cut out for me too. I'm glad that wasn't just me.
Okay, cool. Well, hey, oh, they do pick Volskaya, so going off of the prediction, yeah, not the best Wrecking Ball map in the world. So I think we are going to see them stick to G4 stick to this Reinhardt, this tanky Death Ball comp. Which, to be fair, then it's not like they're running it horribly. They're definitely getting some success out of it. This wasn't a completely one-sided affair. However, I do think they need to recognize those advantages a little bit faster, try to get those opening picks a little bit faster. And Shushifu has dropped from our call, so hopefully we're going to get him back. Hopefully he's just resetting. Because I'm going to have our buddy back in here with us. Cool. Billy called me pretty. I was just opening a chat. I need to pop out. I guess we're ready. I can. I'm sure Hunter will text me if he has anything to say.
Traveling to Volskaya Industries.
Alright, let me know when I'm on.
Initiating match.
Awesome. Alright, hey, we're coming into map 2 here. Knights of REEE are up 1-0 over G-Force currently as we roll into Volskaya Industries for our 2CP map of the night, second map. We are down currently. Our second caster, Shushifu, appears to be having some internet problems, but nevertheless, I'm here for you. Yeah, it looks like if what's happening in spawn is to be believed, Foxem and Iron Brew are switching roles. So Foxem switching to the main tank, Iron Brew switching to the DPS role. Which is interesting. Foxem, definitely a well-known DPS player, but honestly a very underrated tank player as well. He plays quite a bit of Reinhardt. I play with him myself as a tank player, and he's very fun to play with. And Iron Brew, before Rollock called himself a DPS player, they just also happened to play ball. But of course, Rollock kind of makes that a little bit harder to do. One thing to know is we roll out of spawn, Knights of REEE do have the Symmetra. So I'm looking to see if we have any interesting teleporter spots coming out, or if they're just going to use that beam to try to push through the tanky lineup of G-Force. Both teams clash so far. Oh, the teleporter did come out, but Heroic dropped on it with the Doomfist, disrupting most of it. They're going to get a good chunk of the team through, but they lost their honor. Rogue Waves died, and honestly, at this point, I don't know if I would have taken the teleporter if I was Knights of REEE. If you push to point, you're currently down at DPS and your main heal, although they do have the Moira. This is going to be a hard fight for them to win. Plus, Ana's not getting out of spawn. If Heroic's probably going to go to back, keep him in spawn, keep him in spawn camp. And sure enough, G-Force is slowly winning this fight. Zero's got the full charge beam, the laser lady is going, but ooh, Heroic gets the pick. And now this is just staggered out at this point. Definitely a bit of a floor. I don't know if I would have taken that teleporter. Once Heroic dives on the back line, gets your Ana, that's time to reset, time to go back to spawn, save time. That to be said, Zero does have the barrier on Symmetra. That could be very powerful if they manage to push the point, as well as Hefty almost to the Earth Shatter. Hopefully we'll get that soon. But the big thing to note here, Rogue Waves only has 25% ult charge because he died so early. And if you're pushing with a tanky Reinhardt comp, especially without a Lucio, you really want an on to hard pocket. You get that nano. Everyone does take the teleporter top right, as Juice unfortunately falls. And Iron Brew hits a nice dynamite on the Ash, managed to get quite a bit of ult charge. And just again, Rogue Waves and Juice are dead. Shatter comes out, it's fairly large. The Foxen has the nano boost to keep him alive. He hits with a shatter of his own, picks up Zoro before he puts up the sound barrier. And picks are kind of starting to go both ways. The coalescence from Gingerbread is keeping this point alive. It's starting to look like it kind of go either way. It's starting to picks are starting to roll. Both sides. Heroic though gets two off of the ult, and as the dust settles, it looks like G-Force are going to hold this point. Not even a tick of capture percentage gained for the Knights of REEE. Now this is the part where Shushifu said something. That's okay. Hefty does switch over. Nope,
Shushi actually makes a good point. I can go ahead and pick up some color casting here. Not for the last play because I was
Okay. Hefty does switch over to the Winston. Not sure how I feel about this. Ooh, the big Graviton from Bonsley Toss is going to pick up 4. Juice uses a pretty late high noon to pick off 1. Pick up Twig. Barring a hero play from Zero, I think this point is still safe, and he needs to get out of dodge pretty quick. Juice switching over to the...
They keep making really good plays, and like on paper it seems like they should really be winning the fight, but I think they're just making these plays a little bit too late. They're taking a little bit too much damage, a little bit too much pressure.
Playing a little bit too... Yeah, like playing a little bit too slow, not really pushing out the advantage. Oh, Foxham is soloed out on point though. Hefty recognizes this and dives on him, and the Graviton doesn't quite pick up anybody. Foxham with a big slam gets 2. They're not going to quite follow to get the picks quite yet though. If Bob's on point looking to do something, he gets gingerbread. This Foxham is charging over the map. I think this point is still safe. We got Bob on point. Yeah, Hefty looking to go into the Mega Room and get a pick. Not quite though. Now this is scary because like Juice has his has the pulse bomb, but otherwise
it's gonna need to be a really big pulse bomb in order to.
Yeah, not a lot of ult economy on the sides of Knights of REEE. Unfortunately, it's kind of lacked a pure coordinated push for this entire thing, and they will be able to get a touch. I'm fairly certain, or maybe not. No, they will not get a touch. Unfortunately, I think maybe there was a miscommunication between whether it was supposed to be Juice or Hefty that got the touch, and Juice kind of got hung up on the Reinhardt. That's very unfortunate.
Very unfortunate, yeah. But I mean, at that point, there was enough play beforehand where it coming down to that enough was kind of like the deciding factor. So you can't really put too much weight on Juice and Hefty for that.
No, I bet. So even if they'd gotten to the point, I wonder how well it would have gone.
Right. Because again, it would need to have been a huge pulse bomb. There would have been, like, you'd have some really, really outstanding monkey play, and it would have been a tough time from then on.
We would have needed to see the profit, the flooded deadlift from Juice, which unfortunately we did not see.
I figure
All right.
Give the stream a bit of a look at the second point since we didn't get to see any of it last time.
Knights of REEE looking on defense like they might use a little bit of a Torbjorn, a little bit of Torbjorn from this row, as we have a guest.
Hello?
Billy McNar is here, filling in for the Discordless Sushi Foof.
Yeah, I sent him a text. It was like, should I help? And he's like, yes, please. So I'm here.
As always, Chow Chapter pulling all the weight. So this Torbjorn is a very good Torbjorn point as he puts the turret on top of the pillbox. And ooh, very forward position from both tanks, Hefty and Shachukta. I think it's just a fire strike to spawn, but I'd be very interested to see if they do take a fight here. No, the fire strike got Twig.
Oh, rip Twigs.
I'm not sure how he got enough damage to the ball. Maybe the dirty ball from Gingerbread? I don't know. That was very unfortunate. In a situation where you're playing to stop them from getting only a tick, an early pick like that is very, very good for the Knights of REEE.
Yeah. Well, especially to lose your speed in this instance. Like,
now, Heroic does get past the point, but he's going to get chased down by Zero and Juice. And that's going to be one of the main threats of this Torbjorn is really going to shut down the Doomfist.
man, even just at the very least, it's enough to give you away.
So yeah, with the flankers, like the Torbjorn turret doesn't necessarily kill you, but it annoys you to the point where you really can't exist in the backline as long as you'd want to.
Yeah, it's like the Torbjorn turret is a flanker's curse.
That with as well Mr. Trifecta's chain hook on the Roadhog, which of course hasn't connected yet, but is always an ever-present threat. Now notice Hefty looking for a little bit of a flank shatter. No one's quite spotted him yet. He pops out. Oh, this is gonna be nasty. It's disgusting.
Huge.
Oh, the big slam.
Oh my god.
Hefty knocks down 4, and it's just the fight's over. He does die. Iron Brew picks him up as he switched over to the Echo. Spawn advantages in favor of G-Force, but I think that Hefty will be able to make it back in time.
Oh, for sure. They've still got plenty of time to get this one tick, but man, are they doing a really nice job.
So yeah, really good showing from the
giving
Knights
it
of
up.
REEE. Absolutely.
I mean, they've got Ana in that corner, they've got the McCree in the other, and the Torp turret up top. So like, they just got so much coverage.
Shadow from Fox Sim does not connect with anybody, but Heroic does. Manage to pick up 2.
And Iron Brew picks up Gingerbeard. There's the Deadeye. Is he gonna get anyone? Zone anybody out? No, he's gonna get slammed.
Yeah, this is looking.
Foxum.
Foxum is dead, but I do think this is ultimately gonna go.
Yep.
Also
once they got
notice-
it, that's all they needed.
Also noticed his name was Gingerbeard. Definitely called him Gingerbread. Doing great, guys.
It's alright. That one's a very easy mistake.
To be fair, I'm pretty sure that's what the name is based off of.
Okay.
Other than the fact
Maybe
that
he's the
has
one. He's the one with the typo, not us.
Yeah. Listen, it's your fault.
And a classic Torbjorn play the game.
Classic walking around aimlessly. Big turret plays. As GeForce evens it out. We're 1-1 after map 2.
You love to see it.
And, you know, I predicted before we went into the map, or at least I pondered, that we'd see more comfort picks from GeForce. And now I was definitely referring more so to seeing the Wrecking Ball from Iron Brew, but seeing the Doomfist from Heroic is also a comfort pick and not one to be to be taken lightly because, I mean, as we saw, the Doomfist was an extreme threat during both sides of both attack and defense.
Man, what a
Yeah,
great
it's one
comfort
of
pick
those-
Doomfist is. Just
Right.
how like, strong to have that in your back pocket is.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's like, what's crazy is Doomfist alone doesn't have to be that good to be annoying.
Mm-hmm.
Like just one that exists and can like occasionally land a punch is a problem. Heroic is a huge problem. Like he knows that hero so well.
Definitely. Very comfortable on the hero. Able to at least secure, I'd find at least one pick-up point. Like we saw on Knights of Retable's first push when Heroic dove on top of the teleport with the Seismic Slam. Did pick off the Ana, but also did enough damage and opened up enough disruption for his Ana to hit an anti-nade on top of the team. And it completely thwarted Knights of Re's entire first push.
Yeah, absolutely.
Which some could argue like kind of never recovered from.
Yes, indeed. So it looks like we're going into hybrid next. With
I believe that is correct.
King's Throw.
King's Row
Or-
is at least the hint of that call. I'm not sure if that's the official call.
I would not be surprised at all, yeah, if that was indeed.
Extremely
The-
popular map.
Listen, as far as maps go, like in general, King's Row is definitely in my probably top 3.
It's definitely the Dust 2 of Overwatch. It's like the Overwatch map in
Mhm.
many ways. Kind of highlights the best strengths of every hero. One of the few maps you can kind of run a little bit of everything on.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, like you can kind of. Anytime we got on King's Row, I feel like it's always like, all right, just pick what you want, and we'll make it.
Yeah,
work.
like very synonymous with like Deathball comps, Reinhardt comps, but not a stranger to dive, not a stranger to stuff like Bunker. So a map where you can kind of see a little bit of everything. However, based on what we've seen tonight, I think we're still going to see those Reinhardt comps. Maybe you switch up the off tank, as Zarya has been the pick for most of the night. But I'd be interested to see if we do see some double shield, especially on King's Row first point defense. Might see the Orisa, might see the Sigma.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. See, I'm honestly like the thing with GeForce right now is it's really funny. You know, it's the logo is a hamster with 2 pistols on the side and run around. And we've seen Iron Brew play very little ball.
Yeah, it's only in stall situations as it come out tonight.
Well, and in general, like last week too, we hardly saw it from him. So he's really having a good time, I think, trolling the ever living hell out of everybody by not playing ball.
It's really the greatest debate ever when you dedicate your team name to a hero and then just don't play it.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, and here's the thing: he's doing a pretty nice job on the other heroes he's been playing. So
I do think they should stick with, and I don't know if they are going to stick with having Foxem on the main tank and Iron Brew on DPS. I found that was a little bit more successful. Iron Brew was getting quite a lot of value out of the Ashe pick.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm interested to see if they stick with that.
Ashe is a really strong pick, and I've been playing a lot of Ashe personally.
Very slept on hero.
As like after the Hanzo rework, and I kind of had to stop playing because I just couldn't figure it out, and it was making me angry. I started playing a lot of Ashe, and that dynamite is incredibly powerful.
Yeah, and well, one thing to think about with something like PMAOWL Overwatch League, Ashe is really good because teams in our league are usually smart enough to roll as a unit of 6, but don't always have the off tank and tanking capabilities to stop the dynamite. Like if you see in regular Overwatch League, the Divas, the Zaryas, the Sigmas, like they're almost always going to be able to shut down a dynamite. That's why Ashe isn't considered a super strong pick. She's lost the dynamite from halfway across the map. Everyone sees it coming, and they avoid it. Yeah. Sometimes at this level, though, that isn't always the case, and Ashe can quickly build up those bobs and get them in there.
Oh my gosh! Well, especially on maps like King's Row, or you get on certain areas of Junkertown where you just have a long hallway, you can just chuck a dynamite through. Mm-hmm. And if your aim is 30%, you're gonna build a charge real quick. So.
And even if Bob isn't the strongest hero in the game, still having a 1,000 HP turret in every once in a while, if nothing else, to eat the sleep from the enemy Ana, isn't the worst thing in the world.
Right.
I think I'm gonna call that from now on. Whenever he gets Bob and he gets left, he's like, "I baited sleep.
Hit Q and sleeps out, guys. Don't worry about it."
I mean, honestly, like I almost use it as a disruption. Like I'm just gonna chuck him into the Reinhardt. And either the Reinhardt is going to get booped up or he's going to probably charge it. And then, you knock each other down and you delete the Reinhardt. And if Bob happens to get a pick or two, bonus. Well, let's see what we got.
Select your hero.
Let's see, I need to... All right, rolling in the King's Row. Let's see what we can expect from our defenders as they come out of spawn first. Looks like it should be the
Ready for battle.
G4. No, sorry, Knights of REEE on defense first here. FD on the Reinhardt, Juice on McCree.
Seeing more comfort picks, except for Zoro on legs.
Going for the soldier. If he can keep his distance from Heroic, he can definitely be a threat and something to scare him off. However, if Heroic manages to close the gap, he's going to have a hard time.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's going to be more death ball. Main things to look for here, the difference in DPS, Heroic on the Doomfist, Iron Brew on the Hanzo. Versus the double hit scan. I think I favor G-Force's DPS lineup here, unless Heroic has a hard time closing the distance, in which case he will kind of struggle.
But he really hasn't seemed to have had too many issues regarding.
No, I think he knows the rollouts pretty well. Look at his positioning right here. Everyone's inside. We have most of the team inside of the theater. Heroic's going to take the roll around. He is just slithering. Randy Orton, RKO out of nowhere style. He's looking for an opening. He's going to look probably for Foxem to hit a nice fire strike and say, someone in the back is low, and then Heroic's going to hit that seismic slam right onto Rogue Waves, I imagine.
Yeah, or he's going to wait for the team to get super split, but Zoro is going to take down Foxem.
Yeah.
Ooh,
long posturing phase for Foxem and Happy Side 3. Unfortunately, fall. Now Heroic's still in the back line. He's still somewhere back on Streets phase.
Yeah, he's hanging out, having a good time.
I almost wonder if they're going to try to get some kind of entry pick and he spawn camps it. But no, he is taking the long way back around to get onto the high ground behind the supports of Knights of REEE table.
Yeah, I think
so he's...
Oh, man.
He's where he wants to be. Oh, nice shatter comes on there. See, this is what I'm about to say. He's where he wants to be. And look, he got 2 when he finally got to engage, but his whole team's dead.
Yeah.
So, great job. You got 2 picks. You did everything you were supposed to do. I don't think your team is able to push through the choke quite yet, though.
Yeah, he almost has to, I think he's waiting. He might actually just need to start the disruption. As dangerous
He needs to be the engagement. Because also, like, look at the double hit scan on the side of an extra 3 table. That's going to make it hard for Foxen to push through. Now, the grab is going to hold him in the choke at the moment, but Hefty pushes up a little too far to get the swing onto the grab for Mr. Trifecta. And now, this is exactly what GeForce wants to have happen. Because they managed to isolate both tanks. And although they're going to lose Foxen on the way to the point, I think this is ultimately going to be theirs. Because Heroic's there, he's getting the punches, he's doing the uppercuts.
Yeah, and he's keeping the Reinhardt busy, as he just kind of exists and punches and does his thing. He's gonna take him out.
Yeah, Hefty and Mr. Trifecta were up a little bit too far to get value out of that grab. Either that, or there was some kind of miscommunication, but the whole team didn't quite commit with them. So once Hefty didn't kill anything in the grab, he's stuck out there next to the entire enemy team. He just gets shredded. Mr. Trifecta comes in, tries to save him, does the exact same thing. And ultimately, I mean, once you lose your tanks on King's Row, it's going to be hard to hold the point. Massive shout out from Hefty as he rounds the corner, catches Foxen off guard. And this is what
That's gonna be that.
This is really the best case scenario for a defending team, is to get the cart stopped before it even reaches the main choke. You know, not give up all that free progress as they roll through the early parts of the streets phase. However, Hefty kind of flopping himself on card. I don't know if I like this positioning. Because this exact reason, Heroic's gonna be able to dive right on top of him.
Yeah, you had that one like picked for him.
Juice was the questionable Deadeye. I wonder if he's switching. He did this earlier when he was switching to Tracer. However, he's also the only thing that has a chance of shutting down Doomfist, so I would not want him to switch off of that.
I think he just got a little bit greedy. Tried to get the big play.
Try to get that hero play.
It's really... Deadeye is such a difficult ultimate, I feel, to get, like, the value out of. Like, if I kill one anymore with it, I'm like, alright, I did my job.
Yeah. To the Doomfist, Heroic, he's going to do a lot of this where he goes up onto these high grounds, side-speak slams, uppercuts, jumps out. Even if he doesn't get any picks, he does a lot of damage. However, I say that Hefty got the nano boost, pushes straight through the entire enemy team, just swinging and fire striking away. And it's going to get them a team fight win.
Yeah, they're hoping to get those stagger picks, and they're going to get Bonsley.
So far, things are going pretty well for the second point defense.
Yeah, we've got both support ultimates up for GeForce, and about to have Slam from Doomfist. And it won't, with that Dynamite, it won't be long before Iron Brew has mobs. We got quite a few ults coming up online. But Knights of the REEE table have almost 5, or they've got about 4 online.
The flashbang shatter combo does not quite connect. I saw what they were going for there. It was pretty nice. And now the grab comes out, gonna pick up Foxen. But once again, this is what I was talking about earlier. The grab's nice. Gets like 3 or 4 people in it, but it's so far back that in order to get a swing on it, get something on it, Hefty has to go a mile deep, doesn't kill anything, and dies as a result.
Yeah. We see Zero in the back. He's gonna get caught by Iron Brew and get dynamited. He needs to be a lot more careful here.
Zero needs to be dead soon.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, there's nobody on this team that he's going to be able to like sneak up and frag really quickly.
Nah, he's shooting the Reinhardt to try and help out, but that color.
Yeah, no, this is bad.
Yeah, at the very least, he should. Oh, but he's gonna get Iron Brew at the very
least. They do get
least.
2 exit picks, which is gonna stop the forward aggression of GeForce, which is very good. It's gonna stop them from pushing up to get 2 stars. Oh, as I say that, the Fire Strike of Foxen picks up Hefty. And now, this is gonna look a little bit scary for a minute here for the Knights of REEE as they're left without their main tank. Fortunately, Foxen without a shatter though.
Zero is swapping over to the Reaper on this last push, so...
This is a very good point for Reaper. Taking the high grounds, pressuring the tanks. And also, if he's able to get up on that high ground, he can also kind of pressure out Heroic.
Yeah, he just got... He tried to jump the backline supports, and so he get healed.
Was able to... Yeah. Nice grab comes up. Nice grab on the side of GeForce as they're able to clean it up pretty quickly. However, this is the thing about the Reaper from Zero is it's pressuring Foxen. It's making him a little bit too scared to W in and get super aggressive, which is what he wants to do.
Another bomb from Iron Brew, and again, it's just gonna cause just enough disruption. Ooh,
Nice defense.
I'll do that.
Get back in the fight.
Late coalescence from Gray Pilgrim to heal everybody up.
That's definitely something you'd want to have held on for this. What looks to be our last or maybe penultimate fight if we're able to get one more in.
Yeah, I'm wondering if just the comms weren't as clear there, and maybe he thought the team was down.
This Heroic wants to take this high ground, but Zero is going to be up there and scare him a little bit, enough to get the meter strike out. Now Heroic's extremely low, so I don't think he's going to land aggressively with this meter strike. That's correct. He's going to land in the back line. Try to get healed up. Because Iron Brew did get throws. He switched off to the Junkrat. Interesting pick for this last point. Right now, it's just depending whose Reinhardt stays alive, which is ultimately going to be Foxham, and that is not very good for our defenders. Graviton is on the cart, picks up 3, but no picks come through. In fact, it kind of helps Ana hit a nice nade to keep them all alive. As Foxham's up. Oh no, Hefty missed the pin. Oh, Hefty was trying to pin Foxham on the cart and he missed and went off the map.
And the Iron Brew's mines from dying killed Zero at the end of his ult.
See it.
Score.
Alright guys, looks like our Shushu Foof is here.
I am back.
So I'm gonna pop out. You guys have fun. I love you all. Thanks for letting me crash.
Thank you, Billy.
Yeah, thank you so much. Sorry about that. Discord in the New York area apparently went down for like 20 minutes, which is weird. But I'm back now, and I hope to not disconnect again. I was kind of curious because I was talking like rapidly, and no one was replying to me, and I'm like, wait, what happened?
Yeah, for us, you just kind of stopped in the middle of the sentence, and I was like, all right.
Ready for battle.
I let the dead air happen for a couple seconds, and I was like, all right, did I disconnect? Or did he disconnect? I was like,
me.
which one of us messed up? Well, have you got a chance to watch what's been going on? I'm assuming you've been in-game still.
I watched the entirety of this attack. I missed map 2, kind of, because I was trying to figure everything out. But I believe GeForce, did they pick that one? Or did they not? Who won last map?
GeForce.
GeForce. Okay, cool. So it's 1-1.
1-1. Iron Brew sticking to the Junkrat as we move to defense. He was able to get quite a bit of value out of it on 3rd point. And he's looking to stay with it on the 2nd point. Which is not bad, but this is one thing I'm going to point is that GeForce is now lacking any range damage. Which I was about to say might be a problem, but Heroic just goes ahead and picks 2 immediately as the Knights of Retable goes to choke. So maybe it's not too much of a problem. Yeah, Hefty pins into the back line. Might have just been a misclick, I don't know, but it did get Heroic picked off by Zero. Spawn advantage is in favor of the Knights of Retable, so maybe the suicide mission is going to pay off.
I don't think so. It doesn't look like it.
No, I think if Zero stayed alive, maybe they could have gotten some value out of it, but...
Iron Brew's gonna have to get a lot of value out of his mines and all of his abilities, because he needs to use them and cause Knights of Retable to expunge all their resources before the fight happens. That's how they win.
Yeah, you don't want Juice to get past the choke where you can get comfortable, take those long sidelines uncontested.
Exactly.
Heroic trades himself for a great Pilgrim pick. Zero does manage to get Foxham as well. That Reaper, those double shotguns, doing a lot of damage to the hefty, thick bodies of GeForce. The Riptire is going to come from Knights from Iron Brew. He gets 2 on point.
Nice.
Zari did not have the bubbles to protect her or Zero, and that is going to stop this push right in its tracks. But looked like it could have been at least a tick, if not a full point capture on the side of Knights of the Retable. It's completely silenced by the Riptire.
Yeah, that was a nice Riptire coming out from Iron Brew. Kind of saved it for him because they didn't have their main tank.
Now, I want to note, Hefty is creeping and crawling up into the theater building at the moment. I don't know.
He's hoping that GeForce pushes past choke,
and he can drop and
kind
shatter.
of a flank shatter.
Yeah, which would be the first flank shatter he's hit tonight.
Yeah, Iron Brew's gonna see him and perform that position.
Thankfully, Heroic misses the punch, so he doesn't quite die. But this is just kind of an awkward poking phase now. But the shatter!
big shatter
Fox
from
got
Hefty.
Fox in with the shield down. I think he got him off. Then Juice with the follow-up Deadeye. Is able to pick up 3. This point is definitely going to go in the favor of the Knights of the REEE table now. Oh my goodness.
That was a big shatter. Foxen dropped his shield just for 1 second. I don't think they pressured it down and broke his shield.
I think
it was just good timing.
I think Hefty just played it, looked for the Fire Strike animation from Foxen to force the shield down.
Good play.
Be,
Good play for
very,
Hefty there.
very well
He
done.
made up for his pin off the map.
Yeah. Hey, take it from a resident 10 people off the map and kill yourself. Reinhardt player. As long as you make it count in the next fight, it's okay.
Yeet grab coming up from Bowser's Hawk.
Bit of a yeet grab. Theme of this map, but hey, they're gonna get the follow-up. As cleanup phase, both teams are able to kind of stop the card pretty early in Streets phase tonight. Not something you see every day on Kings Row.
Yeah, we've been seeing a lot of yeet grabs on Kings Row. They should be very glad there's no diva because
Yeah. Well, and it's interesting to see these long range grabs when there's no Lucio. It makes it very hard to engage on them.
can.
That was the problem that the Knights of REEE ran into on the defense was they throw a big grab, but then no one can catch up to the grab. By the time they get there, everyone's out of the grab.
Yeah, I think the reason that worked out for them is because they have the Doomfist who can engage fast.
Yeah, the
and
Doomfist.
Foxen charged as well.
Absolutely. A short grab. Oh,
nice
Foxen with the
shatter.
punishment shatter. And no one spiked that yet. Zero with the defensive Death Blossom. Does ultimately fall to the hammer of Foxen as he's gotten the nano boost. And he's just pushing, trying to punish Hefty, trying to get the pick. Ooh, this is a very even fight at this point. However, I think we're mostly in the
Here comes
favor.
Shatter. Yep.
Oh, this Foxen shield got broken and Hefty drops the nasty shatter. Followed up with the Deadeye again. They're liking this combo and I'm agreeing with it.
Yeah, Hefty once he gets Shatter, I can assure you he's calling break shield, break shield, break shield, break shield.
Yeah,
especially
definitely.
in the mid fight. Like in the mid fight, that's kind of what
Yeah.
you're hoping for.
If Zero can close the gap and get close enough, and Juice are shooting the shield, Foxen can't keep his shield up for very long without it getting completely burned. And they're gonna let him keep doing that.
I know Heroic is using his meteor fight to get out of fight. You know, the Reddit things are real, but I would like him to start saving it for grab. They don't have anything else to deal with it.
So yeah, I think he's mostly using it to save himself, honestly, at this point. Reptire from Iron Brew was used a little bit late in the fight. Does get Hefty, and thankfully at least gets a pick out of it. But right now it's mostly just DPS finding out on point. Iron Brew versus Juice. I don't know if I'd push this aggressively if I was a junk grab, but hey, you do you.
More power to him.
I'm personally a little bit scared of the hit scan, so that's just me.
Right. Now Iron Brew is up on this high ground. He's getting a lot of damage from high ground. He's not in a great position.
Not sure I love this high noon play by Juice. He's looking to get aggressive off of the one pick, but I don't think it's enough. However, they're able to pressure down Foxen. But they need to deal with this Junkrat that's stopping their backline from rounding the corner.
These high noons coming out in the mid fight or even at the end of the fight when he's flanking with them, they're interesting. I honestly would like to see them kind of an engagement because you can easily break a Rhine shield and like that resource is gone.
Yeah, ooh, nice shatter. Followed up with the grab, but this point's at the end of the map. I can't say I blame them for the double tank ultimate. He's pushing in. Fox has been able to stay alive. Drops the shatter, picks up Great Pilgrim, but they're not gonna really get the picks. And the card is so close. This Fox, if he can't afford to get off that card now, and it looks like
There it is.
there it is.
Yeah. That was a nice push from Knights of the REEE table. But yeah, as I was saying with the high noons, I think they'd be better used as an engagement. He's not getting a lot of, value out of it unless there's already a shatter. But he can break the shield, break a Rhine shield pretty easily.
So
with
you
it.
can call for your Ryan to keep his shield up while you charge up the high noon, get the skulls going, and then as soon as you pull them, I mean, you're gonna break the Rhine shield and give your Reinhardt a free shatter. So yeah, I agree. I do want to take note of some really good tank synergies going on. There were some things to note, like Foxen when he was inside of the enemy graviton, the other team wants to push up and aggress, the Reinhardts don't always keep their shield up. You know, every time Zarya hits a big grab, they're like, Reinhardt swing, Reinhardt swing.
Attackers incoming in
Foxen punishes that big swing with a big slam. Those little plays, those are kind of like the things I like to highlight as a tank player because they're things people don't always think about.
So
Sometimes-
I've got the big man upstairs telling me. Remember on the attack when Hefty kind of pinned right back into the back into the team? So it was a bait from Heroic. He charged up a punch and he tried to get the counter charge from Hefty, and then Heroic canceled it, causing Hefty to charge back.
Yeah,
into the team.
that's interesting. Yeah, I would almost never try to counter pin a
Good job, Heroic.
It's a big brain play. Heroic, speaking of which, he's doing that same engagement he did on the first attack. However, he's going to go for the low ground instead of the high ground. I hope to see him wrap around and try to punish Juice. He's taking this high ground position, and I don't think he knows that Heroic is under him.
No, I don't like the decision from Juice to get off the high ground.
No.
Like, I guess it's because Heroic is coming to deal with him. But like a McCree on high ground, you have to deal with that, and that forces resources away from the frontline fight. When as a McCree, you can still fight in the frontline fight from far away.
And now Heroic's going to be a lot like his first attack push, where he's kind of just sitting in the back in the main building, in the clock tower, looking.
Right. He needs to
maybe
kill
get
Liana. That's literally the only thing he needs. Like that's the big thing.
But now, just like on Volskaya, the Torp turret is a bit of a threat that's going to scare him off. As he hits the final seconds, the shatter comes in from Hefty. My goodness, what a hefty shatter from the man. Iron Brew's going to bring out the Riptire, looking to get something. Does get Torp and his turret. However, not a lot on the side of G-Force to push this point. However, as I say that, Bosley Toss picks up 2. Ooh, but it looks like it's not going to be enough as the tanks are holding on for now. As Foxen does re-engage with his Lucio in tow.
Ooh, they might actually take this.
With Doomfist on point, this is something to be scared of. Mr. Trifecta falls, but Juice is back on the recontest. It's just him and the Lucio. He pops the high noon. No! Oh no!
F in the chat for Lucio.
Oh, it was so close. I really thought once the Doomfist was there that they actually had this.
And not even a tick.
Excellent recontest by Juice. Able to get the flashbang kill, pop the high noon, and I mean, what's a Lucio to do but stand there and just switch his
That's when you emote and pull out your DJ.
Pull out the DJ set. He's got to switch from like his normal Lucio song to Despacito. Or the Paul Bearer casket meme.
Yeah, yeah. That one? Yeah.
Yeah.
Stupid. All right. So we see Reinzar on both sides. We do see the Mei coming up from Iron Brew, his most hated hero to play against. He is now gone over to the dark side.
Said that you would destroy the Sith.
Not join
Bring
them.
Balance to the Force, not
You
leave
were
it
the
in
chosen
darkness.
one.
Dylan.
Oh no.
But I mean, like Mei on this first point is definitely super strong, especially when you've got to hold for 2.5 minutes to get one.
And they have a lot of burst damage with the Doomfist, the Reinhardt. So, if they capitalize on the wall properly, this could be really good. Yeah.
Very disgusting. Let's see, Hefty gets walled off. Are they gonna be able to get the pick? He's frozen. Oh, and look at this. Heroic decides to go on the back line instead to separate the healing from the people that are walled off. Very smart play.
Nice. Very smart. Yeah, and that's the retable needs to use a rotation through Hotel out of that window. That's the only way they're gonna beat this Mei.
Yeah. Definitely looking through either the Hotel, like something to get past this main choke, because they're never gonna get through this main choke alone. Especially look at Hefty, he's so far forward. Oh, I'm surprised the wall didn't already come out. He was up there all alone.
Yep. Reinhardt's just trading swings now.
Now, see, so like now they got past in the immortality, and the pin comes out. Heroic got antsied, and then Hefty hits a nice pin onto him, and now it's the shatter.
That's a map win for Knights of the Retable right there.
Knights of the Retable. This Hefty's gonna go to Squandler to get himself a pin.
Victory.
Map 3 goes to the Knights of the Re.
Just a little bit of a late Mei wall, but I mean, it happens. You know.
Oh yeah. It really would have been
like
nice to see that first one though.
Yeah, that first one was really nice.
Hefty manages to net himself a play of the game. is going to be a nice shatter, if I recall correctly. And very nice. Well done.
Big shatter. Was it
Big-
needed? Not
big
really.
slam.
But it's about sending a message.
Absolutely.
So yeah, now Knights of the Retable, up 2-1 versus G-Force.
Things are definitely getting exciting.
This is where the fun begins. Map
We're
4.
gonna just keep bringing the Star Wars quotes. Is that what's
Yeah.
gonna happen?
Yep. Why not?
All right.
All right, where are we going? Let's see. I'm calling it. We're gonna go to Junkertown.
So this is a payload that we're looking for then?
We're going to Junkertown.
I would say GeForce is probably going to want to pick Junkertown. Based on their hero pools, their strengths, I would say that's a good pick for them.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. Drum roll, please. I ran out of breath. Couldn't keep it up. I didn't take a proper breath in.
Come on, Hunter. What's the first
I know.
lesson of music? It's all about
No
music.
wings on track. You're disappointing us all. Yeah. I know.
Would you a
No,
trumpet
the first
performer?
lesson of music is that we're all bad and you'll never make it. Anyway, so while we're waiting for the map pick to come out from GeForce, what do you want to see from GeForce to turn the tide?
I want to see Wrecking Ball.
Yeah, me too. Give us ball. I want it.
Yeah,
And I
listen,
don't wanna see a
I
main.
do like having Foxham on the main tank. I think his Reinhardt is like really good, very underrated. So I don't mind seeing that. However, I mean, put Iron Bro on the off tank position, put him on the Wrecking Ball, let him do what he wants to do. If he goes in the backline with Heroic, I don't think that backline stays alive very long.
Yeah, I agree. I totally agree.
Because the Knights of the Retable have not been like peel masters so far. So I think like even just having like that extra threat in the backline is would be really bad. So I'd like to see it.
Yeah.
Don't know if I will.
Yeah. We still don't have a map pick that has come out from GeForce yet. There's a bit of a stall. I don't know what we're stalling for, but that's all right.
That's okay.
We're here to and the pick comes in and it is Junkertown.
And there it is.
And there it is. And we are also getting Chris Helms coming back in for Happy by 3. Is that correct? Yes, Chris Helms will be coming back in. So,
taking on best support line a little bit.
You think we're going to see the ball?
I don't know. I mean, I've said it every map, so I feel like obligated to say it that it might happen. However, I don't know.
Yeah. I think we're going to get the Run Zarya from Knights of the Retable. I think that's what we're going to get.
Yeah, I think safe pick. I mean, maybe they go Orisa. Orisa is very strong on this map.
Mm-hmm.
However, I think that they're doing pretty well with this Ryan Zarya comp, and if it ain't broken, don't fix it.
Right. Let's see. I expect. Actually, you know what? I think Iron Brew's gonna be on ball because I think Foxman wants to play Hanzo here.
Yes, that's something to note too. Is this is a very great sniper map.
Mm-hmm. And the thing is, Knights of the Retable, all they have sniper wise is Juice.
Yeah,
So, and he plays Widow sometimes. And I honestly, as someone who plays more Widow than Hanzo, I would prefer a Hanzo in a duel against Widow.
Yeah, especially with Foxham at the reins.
Exactly. Yeah, that Sonic Arrow and the fact that your arrow blocks your head for some reason. Thank you, Blizzard. It's a recipe for disaster for a Widow.
So we still have some discussion going on about subs.
Yeah. I think we haven't gotten lineups from
Knights of the Retable.
Knights of the Retable, maybe. I'm gonna ask if they're ready.
So I think we just need to ask for that ready up. How's everyone doing today? Any good turnip prices out there?
Don't you bring that in here.
Mine were awful today. Just thought that should be known.
All
Right.
right.
The game goat in chat says with 354. Why don't you tell me? Oh, okay. Someone else is that one. All right, get back to the game we're playing. As we go to Junkertown.
So we're gonna have Knights of the Reed table on attack first. Do you think we're gonna see the ball in defense?
It's the weaker pick. I definitely would favor the ball on
No
attack.
ball, man. Why is this happening?
As we continue to be debated, as we pointed out last map, though, this whole team is kind of a debate that they named their team G-Force after the movie with the hamsters and the balls, and you get to
I
see
think
the
that's guinea
hamster with the
pigs.
ball. Whatever.
Because G, or else would be H Force.
That's true. Guinea pig, hamster. Isn't that
They're
different?
they're very different in size, especially. You could fit
I
like
never. Look, I've
you
never
could fit,
had
like
a hamster.
7 hamsters and 1 guinea pig.
I had a hedgehog.
Really? Why?
Yeah, they're cool.
Did you name it Sonic? All right, let's play the game.
Now look, Hefty with the Winston on attack.
Yeah, the Winston Zarya. So
A little
the
unorthodox.
Zarya
for
bubbles
this
are gonna
map.
enable the Winston to dive into the back line and stay there for a little longer. Except they're using it as a front line Winston, which is interesting to me.
Yeah, I mean he's
Oh, Hefty
kind of looking to
misses
go
his
to the back
jump.
line. So he's just kind of like taking those slow movements to the back line. Does get Iron Brew. We mentioned that there wasn't any snipers on the side of Knights of the Reed table. Never mind. I was about to point out Zoro was playing Widowmaker and he immediately switched to Soldier 76. So I'll just shut my big fat mouth.
All right, see ya, Heroic. He fell off. He jumped off the map. All right, so here's the issue that GeForce is going to run into with the lack of Lucio and the lack of aggression that they have. They're playing very defensively. Ironbrew's got to get picks. Heroic has to get picks, or else they're going to lose that every time because of how much cleave Hefty gets. That's just constant pressure.
It's almost like they need to completely milk Hefty, or just rush past him and punish his backline, which is kind of what Heroic almost does. He is so close to taking out Banging My Drums as they on it, and he does ultimately fall, which is huge. You want to take out those main heals, but man, it looks like off the back the Primal Rage from Hefty. This is going to be more than enough to capture the first point.
Yeah, they just need to be faster. They need to go. I would say, if you're gonna play this slow, get a comp with a lot of armor stuff that the Winston's not gonna be as effective against in the early fight, so you can capitalize more in the early fight.
Well, one thing to note just now, Foxen matches the Winston and Heroic switches over to the Reaper.
Interesting.
So I would imagine Heroic's going to try to punish Hefty. Foxen looking to maybe aggress onto the backline like I mentioned before. Now the Nana Boost comes out onto Hefty. He's looking to aggress straight to that backline. Not a lot to punish him. He's also got Juice's High Noon to back him up. And this is Street Space is looking very well for Knights of the Reed table, although Heroic does get Hefty with a bit of an exit pick. Bob's on point looking to do something.
Dude, Bob doesn't miss. Oh, but he's sleeping.
He's sleeping. As we said earlier, Bob the sleep bait. But the Graviton from Bonds Latas looks like it should be more than enough to slow this down for now. Never mind. It's the respawns are coming back from Knights of the Reed table.
It was a little late. It was probably something to save for the next fight. And we see Ironbrew switching over to the Torb. Now, I like, you know me, I like Torb. I like myself some Torb, right? You ever dove on a Torb?
It's not
With a
easy.
Winston? It sucks. You just press E and look at you and you'll die.
Yeah, and also, we know that Graviton was a little bit late, but Bonzi Tots looks to have switched to the Sigma, which could also help punish this dive coming out from Hefty with a rock. The accretion. However, Mr. Trifecta looking to push straight to the backline without a whole lot of concern. Slowing down now as we both Winstons meeting on the high ground. This fight's getting a little bit chaotic.
Yeah, they're getting very chaotic. I think we need a full reset from GeForce right now.
I would absolutely agree with that. They don't want to stagger out, which thankfully they haven't done thus far, but could start doing soon if they're not careful.
I would say all Streets phase was kind of a little bit of a stagger. Just a little.
Yeah, I mean more so in third, so I would agree with that.
And Zoro gets 3 with his tac visor. That's
3
all but
tactical
GR. That is all but GR.
Yeah, all over but the crying. Heroic switch back to Doomfist. He's gonna try to touch. He does get a touch.
He gets taken out
Not for
real
very
fast.
long.
And
no,
yeah, that's it.
Excellent body block.
4 minutes and 14 seconds is a
That's a
fantastic time bank.
very fast time push. Very fast attack. All on the side of the Knights of the REEE table. If I'm G-Force, I'm getting a little bit nervous.
Yeah, I would be very nervous. This Zarya Winston comp that Knights of the REEE table is running is very unorthodox, but they know how they want to run it.
That's yeah, they're using the strengths of the comp.
Right. Hefty's acting as a really weird cleave, frontline tank in the early fight, and then in mid fight he jumps to the back, and that's when he gets the second bubble from Mr. Trifecta. It's really interesting. I don't know if they mean for it to be this complex and how they're running it, but how they're running is kind of cool. So
they're
more
doing
power
it
to them.
in a way it's very hard to punish Hefty and kill him. The bubble's
Exactly.
coming in just in the nick of time.
Attackers incoming in 30
They are going to opt for the Rein Zarya on defense. A little bit more logical.
Mhm.
I'm probably going to see the same thing outside of G-Force. Now, Heroic is showing us Doomfist. That could change. I don't know how I feel about it on this tech.
Yeah, there's not very many places to roll out from
Yeah,
that are like visible.
You can get on top of some of these rooftops, do a little bit of action with it, but I think ultimately he's going to have a hard time getting all the way to the backwards row and banging my drums are. Especially because he's going to have to get through Juice to do it. He's set up on that flank, I think, mostly just to stop Heroic, and he's going to engage Heroic right now, and he's probably going to pick him up, yep.
Yeah, I just running Rein Zarya without on attack, especially without a Lucio, is just so hard. It's just so hard because your openings that you get that you can see like clearly, it's so hard to engage on them. Like if you have a Lucio, you can engage on it so fast.
Well, and with his high ground, like Dro, Juice, Banging My Drums are all on the high ground. You can all do some damage to that shield, pressure Fox, and make it hard for him to take a presence on the point. It's going to be difficult. Although, as we say this, Iron Brew does pick off Juice. That's going to alleviate a little bit of that pressure. But look how much of a hard time Fox is having, maintaining the shield be shield fight with Hefty, compared to how Hefty is just sitting there.
Right.
He doesn't have the support line. Although he does pin Hefty against the wall, picks up the nano. This is the kind of engagement that they want to have with the Rein Zarya comp. They're just a little bit too slow. Is he desperately trying to catch Mr. Trifecta? This is one of those times where having the Lucio would have been very nice. Although, as we say that, they did win the fight. They are going to be able to push the cart around this corner.
Yeah, but Knights of the table is all back. They're all back. But they could have gotten those stagger kills and bought some more time.
Now, Foxen does have a shatter. I wonder if we're going to see him use it here soon. Although Gingerbeard did fall to Heroic. Late shatter from Hefty. Doesn't connect with anything. Oh no, Foxen!
Oh, no.
Foxen went for the shatter but got pinned. Oh, he does stay alive. Thankfully, Hefty wasn't able to pin him off the map or get him against the wall or anything. But the Nano Zarya is going to be hard to kill if you're just a lonesome Reinhardt with no one to heal you.
Yeah, I think Foxen needs to die. Yeah, he just needs to die.
Yeah, this fight's long over. And not a lot on the ult economy for G-Force. I mean, they have the High Noon, they have the Coalescence. Those aren't nothing to disregard. But at the same time, Knights of the REEE table have the Graviton.
Oh, Fox.
Ooh, I think that was one of those pin out of spawn. I don't think they're going to be this far forward, but they are. Oh, Fox is in a lot of trouble, and now they had to put all the resources into keeping him alive. It's not going to be enough to save this fight. Throw is popping off on the Soldier 76. He's on the flank. No one's even paying attention to him. Oh, the absolute worst thing could have happened. Like, a lot of times the Reinhardt, you're leaving spawn and the cart's pretty far back. I'll just hit shift as soon as I leave the doors because they're not going to be this far forward. And then they are.
Yeah, I think that's exactly what happened.
Very unfortunate. Bouncy Toss looking to build a shatter. Foxen thought he had the shield up, but ultimately it looks like he didn't as the shatter came through. But he got the nano with the fire strike, picks up 2.
He gets pinned back into his own spawn, but Hefty's in a bad spot.
Hefty is
and
gonna...
he gets that
He pulled the perfect placement!
He did the thing!
He's gonna die. He's not gonna stay alive back there, but that was still very impressive. As this is... I think with Iron Brew on the Tracer, this is actually in G-Force's favor.
Yeah, this is... I think the Tracer's a much better pick here.
Able to get forward and put that aggression on the back line. Try to capitalize on openings a little bit better than the slower
What
combat.
does it say that Foxen is all by his lonesome? Oh, he does get his honor back.
The Iron Brew is able to focus on Mr. Trifecta. The Graviton comes down from Mozzitos. And here comes the Doomfist. He's going to not land on the Graviton. Shatter from Foxen, picks up Hefty and Zero, and this cart's going to be rolling in the second point.
There it is.
Rolling in the first point, I should say.
Good. That got a little scary for a second there from G-Force. Also got scared from my game. It froze for a second. Now I'm fine now, but
You good, man?
yeah, I don't know, dude.
You're having all the technical difficulties.
I know. It was like a split second that it froze. It's fine. Heroic is in there getting some ult charge. Hopefully he gets out.
He should be able to get out pretty fine. They don't have a
Get out.
ton to really punish him as long as Juice doesn't connect him with the flashbang.
That pick on Gingerbeard is actually kind of huge though. They should engage off this. They have twice the healing.
Yeah.
That,
But look, they're all preoccupied trying to stop Heroic, which they do.
They do.
But
That's a
the
big
sleep into the
slam.
shatter. Foxen's not going to stand a chance. I don't know if this high noon's needed, but you know what? Sometimes it's about sending a message.
And we got the Juice with the tactical
Hefty.
crouch.
Hefty just walking straight to spawn, trying to get the Ana, didn't quite get him. In fact, cost him his life. Which means now Knights of the REEE table are gonna have to hold this first point with no Reinhardt for the next about 10 seconds, 20 seconds.
Yeah. They need to. Let's see.
Don't understand what's going on with the positioning. Big sleep onto Juice. Doesn't get the pick
Ooh,
though.
big anti from Bang on My Drums.
Nice.
Hefty does engage on them. Iron Brew gets Juice in the back though. That's a pretty big pick.
They're gonna put the Nano Boost on to Fox and tell him, hold W and M1, my friend. Walk forward. Kill them all.
You got what's coming to you.
Now I didn't see, but I would have hoped that Iron Brew bagged
Much better.
Juice after that pulse bomb kill. Get some revenge.
Get a little tactical crouch.
Now
Now
we'll
look,
push it in the third.
they're pushing in the third, but look at the time bank difference. Even if G-Force does this third point perfectly, they're still gonna be looking at least a minute less, like several minutes less. Then I don't like this grab. This grab was weird. It got 4, but no one was there to follow up.
It was too early. It was just a little
Too
early.
much, yeah, more that yeeted grab situation we've been dealing with tonight, where the grabs are just a little bit too far away to be followed up on.
That's one of those where you see 4 people, you're like, big grab, and then you grab, and you're like,
Yeah, but the pulse bomb-
huge pulse bomb from Iron Brew.
So the supports were clumped up with Juice, or sorry, with Zero. Of course, Gingerbeard was able to get out with the fade, but this is definitely going to get some space easily bought for the side of G-Forces. They kind of have this hybrid comp with the dive DPS and the death ball tanks.
It's very interesting. Very, very interesting.
But I mean, if Iron Brew and Heroic clap up somebody, I'm not gonna say much of a chance. Shatters come out from both sides. Nobody's going down on either side though.
And
Both
Zero gets
shatters
2
get
with
blocked.
the tackle visor.
What's wrong with the tactical visors tonight? Hits being a bit problematic. Foxen didn't quite get out with the pin. He's gonna stand still
Yeah.
and accept
Die
his
as fast as
fate.
possible. Yeah, Zero is getting in these angles where he gets these really good tactical visors. I don't think G-Force is respecting the sight lines.
I think he does it at a point where Foxen's shield is weak enough that he can't really shield it. I mean, they don't have a diva to matrix it. So yeah, it makes sense that he's able to get quite a bit of value out of these, especially with no support ults that can stop it, no defense matrix, no shield.
Having Juice and banging my drums on this high ground is going to be very problematic. Heroic is going to deal with them right now, I think.
Oh,
unless he
Mr.
gets
Trifecta
hit.
is so low. He gets the anti-nade. Coalescence doesn't quite get him down, but they do get banging my drums. Main support down on the side of next to the REEE table as Heroic and Iron Brew are pushing straight up into that backline, trying to get those supports.
And that's pretty nice, because all they
They're
lost was the
rounding that corner.
Doomfist. All they lost was the Doomfist, and he'll be back fast enough.
Yeah, Knights of the REEE table are going to get they should get a recontest here. But I mean, look at the timing. Even if G-Force capture, they're going to be looking at 0-0 on the clock, but no one touches the
Oh no, it touched the point! Oh no.
Graviton was there to stop, but Hefty didn't quite make it beforehand. No one was able to get out of spawn and touch the card, partially due to the Graviton surge. Not quite a full C9. But that's why sometimes you gotta send somebody out of the other side just to
Yeah.
make sure. Very
I think Juice
unfortunate.
was coming out of the other side, but I don't think he got out fast enough. Now look at this time bank difference.
Yeah,
4 minutes
exactly.
and 2 seconds difference. G-Force has
This
to
is
be clean
Yeah.
to pull this one out.
This needs to be a textbook offense if they want to get even first point.
Ready for battle.
We are going to see the Echo coming out from Heroic.
Heroic
hopefully.
showing us Echo.
I would like that.
The famous attack spawn room. We still have 35 seconds before they leave the gates. But I'd be interested to see it. We haven't seen hardly any Echo today. Saw a little bit of it from Iron Brew on second map.
But be ready to adapt if
But
necessary.
otherwise, I think Echo's being pretty underutilized today, which is,
Yes.
I believe, a mistake. I mean, obviously, if no one on your team is comfortable on her, then no one on your team is comfortable on her. But I mean, Echo
She has so much value. Like
she can
all
be
of her
extreme-
ability.
Yeah, extremely strong hero at the moment. Now, I like this. Knights of REEE are opting. Knights of REEE table are opting for a very close defense, holding right up on the cart. And you know what? When you only have to hold them for a minute, why not? Because even if they hold this at this point for like a few seconds, that's still going to give them a guaranteed second contest. Iron Brew didn't quite get anything on the flank.
Now, if I'm
Hefty-
Heroic, I want to go pressure that Ana.
She's mostly kind of on the flank, dealing with like mid support, like trying to help us kill the other DPS. It's not bad.
This fight's devolved into I don't really know what's going on anymore. Everyone's kind of dead and no one's dead at the
G-Force
same
is
time.
slowly getting picks.
Yeah.
Which is good. It's not basically, look, now they're rounding the corner. 13 seconds left. This is already final fight territory, and I mean, the ult economy isn't really there for G-Force. He's
No,
almost
he's got a shatter. He's got a shatter right now. If he hits a big shatter, this is done. And there's a huge shatter.
It's disgusting. Foxen didn't have the shield up in time. It's unfortunate. They're not going to get the kills quite yet, but to push far enough off cards, this is a very bad situation for G-Force. So let's say that. Foxen kills Hefty and got the ping and the shatter. Oh, Foxen pops off, absolutely making up for the shatter that he did not quite block.
I don't know what's going on anymore. I can't predict anything.
Hefty, I think, went for a pin instead of a proper shatter follow-up.
Yeah,
Maybe didn't
you're
quite
right.
get the picks. And
You're so
because
right.
I don't think he even got Foxem into the wall, so then Foxem just swings, kills Hefty, pins back to the card, catches the Zarya, and then instantly shatters, which the shatter alone kills somebody. Oh, that was perfect. That was exactly what we needed. But as we say that, they've captured first point, but that overtime's going to keep rolling, and now, I mean, G-Force has to stay glued to this cart.
Don't pull a Florida Mayhem.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, Heroic can go forward, although he does die. And Heroic and Iron Brew, those two are kind of your people that are going to be the people who go forward. But you want the core of your team to stay glued to this payload.
Nice sleep.
Nice sleep
Twigs.
touchdown juice. I was very afraid of this high noon, and that was very nice. Iron Brew's going to pick him up after the sleep. Otherwise, I say that the grab. So was that Hefty?
Shatter, come on, huge
Shatter
shatter.
4 Foxem has spent the last 30 seconds on the ground. Slept into the shatter. You hate to experience that as the main thing. Oh, Hefty!
Dude.
Just swing and killing everybody on point. I'm not sure what happened. I thought I honestly thought that was G-Force's
I
fight.
did too. They just didn't kill Hefty. I think their attentions were just diverted a little bit.
Well, and I thought, I mean, I was understood where I was like, okay, they cleaned up this guy, now they're going to kill Hefty. But I guess everyone was low enough on cart that the hammer swings just destroyed everybody. I'm not sure what happened. I'd actually like to take a second look at that one if I had a chance. We need
I think he
instant
was
replay.
nanoed. To be fair.
Need the instant replay.
Yeah, we need that.
Come on, Overwatch League, give us the tools.
I don't know why they haven't.
I'm sure it's difficult.
Eh.
Ready for battle.
All right, are we gonna get the Echo from Juice this time? I know he likes Echo, but I don't know if they're gonna run with it.
I mean, they've got 5 minutes, so they can,
Yeah,
they can
they're just
experiment a
gonna-
little bit.
Yeah, as we see Zro going over to the Widowmaker.
But Zoro started on the Widowmaker during their first attack, to be
Yeah,
fair.
I think he's doing the get an intro pick.
Yeah, I mean,
and
grapple up,
he's
see what you can
push off of
see.
that.
And
Right.
honestly, I mean, Widowmaker in the first attack is also a good scouter. I mean, if she just grapples straight up and she can see where everyone is, go
Right.
back in the spawn and switch to whatever she wants to switch to. And that allows Hefty to dive very easily and very knowledgeably wherever he needs to go, giving him that critical information.
4, 3, 2,
G-Force has
Uh,
hold this for 5 minutes and 2 seconds. Let's see if they can do it.
Juice is not going to play the Echo, unfortunately.
Dang. They're running this Winston Zarya setup again. So here comes the first bubble.
Hey.
All that cleave, all that cleave. Ooh, they
So
get
he
pick
got-
Fox in.
Ooh.
That's really bad.
Yeah, and Hefty was threatened a little bit, so he backed out. He got pushed by Heroic, and he just leaps out, and I guess Oxen was left a little bit exposed, got hit by the anti-nade, and just immediately dies. Kind of the last thing G-Force wants, so they're going to get a recontest here on first, which is good.
Ooh, they get a pick out on Gingerbeard. That's pretty good. And
Yeah,
now
and
they
they
are all
need
back.
to aggress
Now
off
they
this.
have the advantage.
They need to get a full fight win here, and not let the Knights of the Retable just like reset and regroup. Try to get an exit pick here. Ooh.
This is Trifecta does pick up Bonsley toss.
Hefty pushing the
And
cart.
both main tanks go down.
Hefty can just free dive Foxen. And it feels like he's not getting properly punished. Juice picks off Heroic on the flank. And now it's kind of up to Iron Brew and Chris Helms to try to hold this cart. Chris Helms dead, and Iron Brew's in the back line. He's gonna kind of struggle here. I think he's gonna chill out, maybe look for a respawn pick.
Yeah, they can't engage here. If they engage here,
Oh, he dropped the push on cart. I was pinging my drums. It's not enough to stop the cart, but at this point,
there's only one fight left for G-Force.
yeah.
There's only one fight left. He comes out of this. They've got to hold this one spot and win like 3.5 minutes. They have to win every single fight.
Well, and the problem is they've yet
And
to
here
win
comes
a
the grab.
single.
Oh, we're gonna get cleave damage and we're gonna get
Right, this is very scary. Foxen needs to get some value, needs to get another shatter. He's so close. One more swing from the Nana boosted Reinhardt. He'll get the shatter, but oh, he's the only one left. Oh, no.
man, that's gonna be it. That's all she wrote. And the win goes over to Knights of the Retable. They'll
Knights
take
of
it
the
3-1.
Great games by all around. Unfortunately, on that last defense, I think G-Forces wasn't able to win the solid fight. Like they would get a pick, and then Knights of the Retable.
I think you're getting your play of the game. Yeah, here it is.
Okay, so let's see. He was Nana boosted. Foxen was low. Okay. It's just why, yeah, everyone's a little bit low on cart. It's just swinging.
He's just swinging.
They were all a little bit low, and it's just, I mean, when the Reinhardt comes in with that big old cleave and hammer, I guess it's a little bit hard to.
Look at Zro with that 59% kill participation. He was just in the back, just adding constant pressure.
Soldier 76 in 2020.
Yeah,
Without
it's
hero
not
pools.
bad, honestly.
Without hero pools, that's pretty impressive.
All right. Well, thank you all for tuning in to watch the Find Me Alpha Overwatch League Week 3.
Oh, it's 0, I've been told. Oh, sorry.
That's dumb. No, it's Zro.
That's an epic gamer name right there.
0.
Hey.
Where's your hyphen?
Listen, my name is literally my name, so I guess I can't complain.
Yeah, you can't really talk.
It's not like your name's very cool.
What?
Sushi Foof.
I became an instant meme when I joined this league because of my dumb name.
That's true.
It's not cool. It's creative. That's all that matters. All right. This is going to be Shushifoof, joined by Names Wolf, Fox and Cumulus, and a special shout out to Macnar for jumping in for me when my Discord kind of crashed.
Shout out to the
thank
East
you.
Coast.
Yeah, shout out to the East Coast. It was really just New York. And also Shaka Khan for being here and just existing and listening to us talk. He's in here, but you guys don't really know that. Anyway, thank you for tuning in, and that's going to be all for us. Good night.
Oh yeah, where's the toe tattoo?